Hello, hi everyone. Good morning. How are you today? Are you also experiencing rain just like myself in here? Literally raining every single day. Out of all the weathers, I hate rainy weathers most. I think snow is fine, but it's rain, then I hate it. Especially during this season when you just have like continuous rain and there's nothing you can do about it. And even when you have washed your clothes and you want to just let your clothes to dry and they just can't dry because the humidity level inside the air is just so high. Good morning, Jane. Raining cats and dogs at home. Yeah, pretty much same as here. Raining cats and dogs here as well. Yeah. Oh yeah, actually talking about it, I want to ask you something, Jane. Since you're in Mexico, right? So because I am actually following two Mexican twin babies for a long time. I love them so much. Okay, they're actually an American, but somehow their mom and their grandma are actually from Mexico. So I just learned that when Mexican people call the babies, you guys call them mamacita, right? Mamacita. But somehow, wait, and also just they would also call the babies using short privilege as um like mama. So at the very beginning when we Chinese people saw those videos, we were like, why are you calling babies mama? Because here in Chinese, mama is supposed to mean mom. And then later on, like I recently just watched her video and somehow she's saying that, okay, so you call the mom, but you call the grandma also mama. So grandma is mama, mom is mom, and then baby, so mom call babies. So basically, what I feel is when a mom call her babies, she call them mama, and when moms call her own grandma, she also calls them mama. So what exactly is mama? Mamacita. Yeah, yeah. I haven't really learned about Spanish. Wait, is that a Spanish thing or is that only a Mexican thing? Can people actually just tell me? I'm very curious to know. But these two twin babies, I'm not so sure if anyone else follow them as well. So the name are called Gianna and Juliet, and they look exactly the same. It's until very recently I can somehow just tell the difference between the two, but still, from majority of the time, I cannot tell the difference of them, and they're so cute. Let me find the videos of them. Yeah, a lot of people say that they do not like babies until they start to have babies themselves. I am the kind of person who just always like babies. To be honest, I'm not a huge fan of dogs. Well, cats I quite like, okay, but compared to babies, so babies are just like pets, right? If you are talking about dogs, cats, and babies, I like babies most. Yeah, I'm gonna show you guys their lovely photos and their lovely videos. Yeah, the two babies and they look exactly same. Yeah. Okay, these two. These two cute babies. Wait, okay, I'm not supposed to show underage kids, right? And age under wait, but is this called like live streaming? I'm not so sure. Because they say that you cannot actually show any kids under the age of 18 during your live stream. So anyhow, okay, let's play a same. I'm not gonna show you guys the photos, videos of them, but they are so cute. They are so cute. Yeah. They have so many followers on Instagram, on TikTok, on different platforms. So they do not have any so they do not have any Red Note account, but somehow a lot of people in here are in China also just migrate their videos and then put them in here, and that is considered to be something very fun. Yeah. A lot of people just like them a lot in here in China as well. Yeah. Mamacita is more a mischievous way of calling a pretty girl. Oh, okay. Oh, so that's why the mom called their babies Mamacita. Then what about baby boys? Papacita? Is it called Papacita? Yeah, what do you guys call? Today, Friday is 13th. Is it considered ominous and lucky in there? Oh, really? So wait, so today Friday is Friday and also the 13th? Oh, okay. So today is considered to be the unlucky day in the West, right? But here in China, we don't have that thing at all. So 13 is not considered to be an unlucky number in here. In China, if you are talking about a lucky number, then the only unlucky number here in China is number 4. So you would notice one very funny thing, which is in some of the buildings, especially in Hong Kong. So a lot of people in Hong Kong are very superstitious. So in Hong Kong, you would notice that in some of the buildings, they do not have any floor with a number of 4. So there's no fourth floor, there's no 14th floor, there's no 24th floor. And also, I remember back then when I was living in Hong Kong, I lived in a building and I was on 69th floor. Could you guys imagine? I was living on 69th floor, and altogether there are 73 floor inside a building. Like all the people just live in here. I remember so vividly that back then when I decided to rent this apartment because it is so tall. So that's why, and also there's a mountain outside of the building, and you just can see a very beautiful mountain on the out balcony. So according to feng shui, that is actually not good feng shui because according to feng shui, you're supposed to be backed by a mountain, but not facing a mountain. In feng shui, when you're facing a mountain, that means that, oh, in your life there's a big obstacle that is standing in front of you. So that's why you do not want to live in an apartment that has a big mountain outside of your window. Like you are facing the mountain, you want to be backed by a mountain, and you want to face the river or face a lake, face whatever. There's some flowing water, because flowing water in Chinese feng shui, that means actually water. Yeah, makes sense, right? Yeah, but somehow, like when I went to see this apartment, the moment I walked into this room and I saw this marvelous mountain view, and I just immediately fell in love with this apartment. So I decided immediately I'm gonna just rent this apartment. And that apartment was on the 69th floor. Yeah. So back then in Shanghai, there was a building that was built with 88th floor, and that was back then considered to be the tallest building here in China and also in Shanghai for sure, right? And a lot of people would actually just buy tickets to go upstairs to the that building called Jingmao Building, and then see the marvelous view from 88th floor. And think about this, like, okay, so 88th floor is considered to be an extremely tall building in here, and back then in Hong Kong I was actually living on the 69th floor. So the moment my mom heard that I'm actually about to rent an apartment that is on 69th floor, she was actually really pissed off. She was like, no, you cannot rent that. I was like, oh, I was also pretty tough. I was like, why can't I? It's me to rent this apartment. It's not you. Like you have no right to say yes or no when it comes to which apartment I want to rent. So the kind of worry she has is, oh, in case there's a fire or any accident, you're living so high, there's no way for you to come down and rescue yourself. But to be honest, like, okay, compared to 69th floor, if you're living on the 30th floor, that is also very tall, right? There's no difference between the two, right? So I was saying that, okay, I understand your concern, but I'm just gonna rent this apartment because I really like this apartment. But there is elevators. But when there is a fire, you cannot take elevators. You have to just walk downstairs. Um, okay, does anyone do not know that when there's a fire, you cannot use elevators? You cannot use elevators. Yeah, so 69th floor is back then where I lived. So the reason why, so to be honest, that is actually not 69th floor, because that is also a very superstitious kind of landlord when they build this building, because inside that building there is no floor with the number 4 and number 7. So if you actually just eliminate all the floors with number 4 and number 7, so that is actually not 69th floor. That potentially is only around 50th floor, something like that. Yeah. So it was very interesting. I did not notice at the very first. I thought that I was living in a building and I was living on the 69th floor. I was feeling that is a very, very interesting kind of experience because you didn't get to live inside a building that is that tall very often, right? Somehow I got the opportunity to rent this apartment on 69th floor and was able to enjoy a marvelous view. And And there was also no 13th floor. True, because I we also shared that before, that Hong Kong was used to be the colony of Britain. So somehow all the numbers that is considered to be not lucky in Chinese and in the West, in the East and West, are both not shown inside that building. So inside that building, there is no 14th floor, no any floor with the number four. Wait, unless the four is the start, like 47th floor, 46th floor, I think there is. But like but there is no like for any other floor that ends with the number four and number ends with number seven. And also there's also no 13th floor, so they just basically eliminate all the floors. Oh, okay, so then your neighbor that lives below you lives on the 12th floor, but you're living on the 15th floor. So they do that, okay. And you will notice that it's not alone with my building. There's so many buildings also in Hong Kong. When you go inside it, when you want to press the button of which floor you want to go, you will notice that a lot of buildings do not have the fourth floor, do not have the fourth floor. And like for here in Shanghai, so it is not that superstitious, but still, for example, right now I'm living on the fourth floor, okay. So nothing. However, like for some part of buildings, if it is newly built, so they also apply those kind of rules, especially if those are the buildings that is built by those Hong Kong landlord, then developers, then they also would do that, which is by eliminating all the fourth floors, so that whoever, because usually like for Chinese people, they do not want to buy any floor that is on the fourth floor, because that is considered to be unlucky. So if you are an apartment on the fourth floor, 14th floor, whatever, then what potentially happens is that the price of this this apartment cannot be sold high when you are selling it secondhand, especially, right? So that's why, okay, in order to eliminate that risk, even though you're on the fourth floor, but on elevator it writes you're on the fifth floor. So when you sell it, people do not have the concern that you're on the fourth floor, and that is considered to be a bad number. Yeah. 医院也没有4号病床是吧? Oh yeah, so Rebecca also said that in our hospital here in China, there is no bed that is like number 4 bed. So when you're in the hospital, what we do here in China is we actually just give a number to each bed, right? When a new patient comes to the hospital, they need to be inpatient for a long time. Then each nurse will just say, okay, so you're gonna living in bed number 2, bed number 8, bed number 6, and in hospital there is no bed that is called number 4, because okay, a lot of people already know the reason why, right? What is it with 7? I do not know. I do not know. So I was also very curious to know why back then inside our building there is no floor with number 7, because 7 is not considered to be anything bad here in Shanghai, but I'm not so sure. I could also check with DeepSeek to see why is 7 considered to be an unlucky number. Let's do that. 为什么七在香港是个不吉利的数字？ Yeah, let's ask DeepSeek. DeepSeek. Yeah, so number 4, like a lot of people know that in Chinese, the pronunciation of 4 is very similar to the pronunciation of death, right? 4 is 四 and death is 死. So out of all the numbers, so number 4 is has the similar the most the closest kind of pronunciation to death. So that is why it is called the unlucky number. Okay, so let's see. Okay, it says that, okay, let me see. 数字7的粤语发音为1、2、3、4、5、6、7，类似普通话的7啊。但7在俚语是粤语俚语有时被用来被替代粗口，该死，带有负面含义。哦，所以会被联想到不雅用语，给人不吉利的印象。哦，虽然七本身与死并无直接谐音关系，但在部分口语或网络用语中，如切着可能被戏谑的引申为完蛋了、出事了。Oh, okay, interesting. In Western Christianity, 7 is important. Oh, okay, I got it. I just checked DeepSeek. So in Cantonese, okay, because you guys know that in Hong Kong they speak Cantonese instead of Mandarin, right? So it says that actually the Cantonese version, the Cantonese pronunciation of 7 is also is very close to the pronunciation of some dirty words, and also on the social internet, what usually people would just write, oh, this person is already seventh, something like that. And that just basically means, oh, this person is done, is dead, something like that. So somehow that is also related to something negative. So that's why in Hong Kong they also use this word. They also avoid using seven. Some seven is also considered to be a bad word. I guess the reason behind that is also, in Cantonese, it's also because the pronunciation of seven is very close to some bad words. So that is why seven is also not considered to be a very lucky kind of number in Cantonese. 头七、武器等等不是这个意思，就是好像粤语里边的这个七的发音跟一些脏话，还有一些这个就是一些不太好的寓意的一些词的发音是比较近的，所以就会不太的好。哎呀，下雨天太暗了，开点灯吧，稍微亮一点。Yeah, something like that. Yeah. So 13th is considered to be a lucky number. But wait, could our foreign friends tell me, like, why is 13 considered to be a bad word, a bad number, a bad number? Yeah, so I do not understand. Like, why is 13 a bad number? So I have explained why 4 is considered to be a bad number, but what is actually about 13? Is 13, I'm pretty sure it's not because of pronunciation, right? Because 13 does not have any pronunciation to well, 13's pronunciation does not have any similarity to any of those bad words. So why is 13 considered to be a bad word? And also why 13 plus Friday is considered to be something bad? Friday, well, why don't, well, I mean, like, all the people just love Friday, right? There's a word called TGIF, right? Thanks God it's Friday. We all love Friday because the very next day is Saturday and Sunday, which means that we could actually have a rest over the weekends. But why is Friday considered to be bad? Why 13 is considered to be bad? So why Friday plus 13th are considered to be bad? I'm so curious to know that. Yeah, I'm very curious to know that. Can people just tell me? Is there anyone know about it? Like, why is 13 considered 13代表13天 Yeah. Well, in Shanghainese, when we call someone who's silly, who's stupid, who's something bad, like we actually just call them your 13 point. 13天 Little Earth, I'm not so sure where you're from, but I just realized that so 13 point is only a thing here in maybe in the south. In Shanghai, because in the north, a lot of people do not know about 13 point. 好像在北方，大家很多人是不知道13点这个词的。好像听说最后的晚餐有13个人。Okay, let's see. Okay. For Christians, Judah was the 13th guest at Last Supper. Okay. Oh, okay. 犹大 Is it Yuda or Judah? Yuda. 犹大是最后的晚餐的第13个人然后他是最后把那个杀掉的嘛，对吧？So Yuda was the one who killed this. Yeah, he brought bad luck, foreshadowing betrayal or death of Jesus. Oh, okay. Then what about Friday? So is Last Supper on Friday? Okay. 13 guests betrayed Jesus, so that is why 13 is considered to be an unlucky number. Okay, interesting to know that. Yeah. And Jesus was crucified on a Friday. Oh, okay. Crucified on Friday. Oh, okay. Yeah. So 14th is also not good. Yeah, anything related to 4, yeah, like Rebecca said. So Rebecca said the day of Titanic, the day Titanic sank. The Titanic big ship sank was on April 14th, 414. Okay, April 14th on 1912. Oh, that is also pretty bad. 4月14号真的是 unlucky, very unlucky. Yeah, no. Do hotels in China practice that no 13th floor nonsense? Really depends. I mean, if you look at maybe some 5-star hotels of those international hotels, especially those kind of hotels with international brands, maybe yes. But for the hotels here in other places of China, we do not have those kind of 13th floor thing. Because like I said, 13th is not considered to be a bad number here in China. Instead, we consider 4 or anything related to 4, like 14th, 24th, those kind of thing to be those kind of numbers to be unlucky, especially 14th, because like by saying 14th, so 4 has similar pronunciation as death, right? But when you're talking about 14th in Chinese, it's 14, or you could also say one as yao, then yao si would actually just mean like going to die, something like that. So 14th is specifically um, mentioned is to be the Friday is believed to be the day Jesus was crucified. It was so interesting that it did not mention that Jesus was crucified on a particular date, but rather a weekday. It was interesting. So, for example, if he's crucified on, for example, 17th of this month, then potentially 17th would be considered to be a bad number, right? But however, back then, well, or maybe back then they do not have those calendar thing when Jesus was crucified. I do not know. Okay, now I got to know something. New knowledge. Okay, so whenever we do not know anything, just ask Louis the cat. She knows everything. She's our encyclopedia. Yeah. There's also the movie franchise Friday the 13th. Oh, okay, interesting. Okay, interesting. Yeah, uh-huh. Let's see. Hmm. Yeah. Titanic April 12th. Wait, a lot of people are saying that Titanic actually sank on April 12th. Wait, is it April 12th or April 14th? Yeah, let's continue thing. Yeah, so combined Friday and 13th is double bad. Also in 1307, King Philip 1 5 is 1V is 4, right? 1 2 3 4. No, 5. Wait, what is IV? IV is what number? IV is VI is 6. IV is a 4, right? 4, right? In 1307, King Philip IV ordered destruction of Knights Templar. It was a Friday. Okay, I do not know anything about that. If you're talking about crucify of Jesus, I know something, but for that, I am not so familiar. Some some airlines also omit row 13th. Oh, okay, interesting. I do not know that. Here in China, I see that airlines still have a row with number 4, like 47th row, 46th row, those kind of thing. Oh, didn't know about the Knights Templar. Yeah, I do not know anything about that either. Knights Templar is a very long time ago. So what is the Knight Templar? Yeah. So that is a person, right? That is a person. Even executors need a weekend off. Interesting, interesting. Yeah, okay, fourth. Okay, thanks. Yeah, but consider this coincidence. 13th is from family of 4, 1 plus 3. Don't quite understand that. Uh-huh. 会汉语, huh? Okay, okay, interesting. Yeah, learn a lot of new stuff today. Learn a lot of new stuff today about the unlucky number. So, okay, for all the Chinese friends in here, 中国的宝宝们进来哈，要知道今天在西方是被认定是一个非常不吉利的日子，在每一年当中都会有这么一天，每一年都会有一天，那就是这一个月的13号跟星期五是重合的。So I was saying that for all the Chinese friends in here who do not know, every year in the West there will be a day that is considered to be especially unlucky because for this month on the 13th day, it is also a Friday. So that is considered to be an unlucky day, the most unlucky day of the entire year. And somehow today is the extremely unlucky day because today is the 13th day, but also a Friday. Yeah. 你讲的是美式英语吗？对，讲的是美式英语。Yeah, let me see. Okay, the comments in here. In numerology, 13 is from family of 4 as 1 plus 3 adds up to 4. Okay, so you're saying that 13 is a really bad number because 1 plus 4 is actually 1 plus 3 is actually 4, and 4 is considered to be unlucky here in China, right? Holy Grail, was it the last cup Jesus and the disciple drank from at Last Supper? Yeah. It's something about the Last Supper. 感觉不是美式英语，是非常非常美式的英语，非常美式的英语。OK，因为老美都认证过了。Okay, guys, for those of you who haven't followed me, don't forget to follow me. Are you on Red Note right now simultaneously? Yes, my friend. Yes, I'm on Red Note. And right now we're having 116 people online on Red Note. So usually there are way more people on Red Note watching this live stream compared to on TT. So that's why I would interact with Red Note a lot more there. So for my friends on TT, if you want more interaction, you could actually just download this app called Red Note and find me there. And my account name is called Nytrix, and I usually would do live stream there as well. Yeah. 比美式咖啡还美式 No talk. You're so funny. Friday 13th occurs really twice a year? Wait, Friday the 13th occurs twice a year? I thought only once a year. Was it twice a year? But what about this year? Is there any more date that has that? Let's check with DeepSeek. Okay, let's check with DeepSeek. Does Friday the 13th happen how many times a year? How many times a year? Okay. Usually 1 to 3 times a year. Oh, okay. So it really depends, right? It really depends. Yeah. Mm. Oh, sorry. I asked Friday 14th. I should ask Friday the 13th. Yeah. 13th. In 2025. How many? Which date? Yeah. Let's see for this year. For this year. Yeah. Let's see for this year. What's the okay, June 13th. Oh, they're actually twice this year. So this month and actually November 13th is also a Friday this year. So that actually happens twice this year. Okay. So only 2 months in 2025 with the 13th falls on Friday. So okay, so let me ask you guys, is there anything you would do specially on this day, this particular day? If the year starts on a Tuesday, there will be three Friday 13th. Wow. Amazing. Oh, you know a lot. Not Tuesday, Thursday. Okay, okay. Okay, okay. Yeah. So let me ask my Western friends, like, what do you guys do usually on this particular day to avoid any bad luck? Is there any special thing, any special culture that you would guys would do on this very special day? Since this day is considered to be very unlucky, would you actually do something to avoid this unlucky thing? Yeah, or a Saturday on a leap year. So, for example, in our Chinese New Year, okay, our Chinese New Year also there's a story. So the word year in China, in Chinese, is actually a monster. So we say the reason why we will have Chinese New Year is because okay, so every year there was a monster called year that would come, just destruct all the villages here in China, and in order to just get rid of this monster called year, Chinese people would do is we would put something that is red, but somehow this monster called year is afraid of the color red. So that's why Chinese people like to wear anything red, especially I also said that before. So we have altogether 12 zodiac, right? And if it is your year of zodiac, so for example, this year is the year of snake. So if you are if you are a snake yourself, right? If your zodiac is a snake, then this is your year. So your zodiac year is supposed to be an unlucky year, so that's why you will have to wear anything red. So that is supposed to just avoid any bad luck to happen on you, something like that. But what about you guys on 13th? Friday, the unlucky day. What actually do you guys do? 13 is actually a lucky number for me, but I'm strange. Yeah, I celebrate Friday 13th with a beer and supper. 13 is good for me. Okay, so Shashi and Louis the Cat, you guys are sisters. Both of you think the 13 is a lucky number. I haven't worried about it since I was a kid. Oh, sleep. Okay. Yeah. So it looks like ooh, looks like you guys don't do anything special on Friday. Pray. Oh, okay. So you pray on this day. Okay, you pray on that day. So Red Note asked for my phone number, so no to that. Up to you. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Nothing is lucky except okay. So you guys just spend the day like the rest of the day. Nothing really special, right? So if in China, if we are having a lucky something unlucky, like we just use the color of red. Use the color of red. Yeah, so somehow that also shares some similarity, right? I remember when Moses did not so sure about this part of I haven't really studied a lot about that, right? So when Moses back then did what? So Moses brought his man across the what's the story like? What was the story about Moses? Somehow what he did also put something red blood right on every door so that the monsters in here, the Red Sea, yeah, the Red Sea. So he also put red blood or anything red on or every doors. So he told his men that you need to put some red thing on your door so that the Holy Ghost, yeah, the Holy Ghost knows that okay, you shouldn't be the one that he should kill, right? And then he later on just brought the entire people go across the. Isn't that Passover? What is Passover? What is Passover, Desma? Not so familiar of those kind of thing. Yeah, red underwear is popular. Yeah, red underwear is so popular here in China. It was oh my god, 就是很辣眼睛. My dad is very superstitious. As a matter of fact, my dad is a superstitious in a sense that whenever it is his own zodiac year, he would basically just wear anything red inside it. Okay, so it was so funny. So the other day when I went to his room, okay, so somehow I noticed he just finished the laundry and just hang all the clothes right on balcony to let it dry. So oh my god, everything you're talking about the pants, you're talking about the what is called the vest, and you're talking about the shirts, right? And what we say 这个棉毛衫、棉毛裤 in Shanghainese or 秋衣秋裤, everything is red, and socks red, everything red, like from from top to bottom, everything is red. Like my dad is so superstitious. I was like, when I walk into that balcony, oh my god, everything is so red. That was so funny. Yeah. And also thinking about that, I was basically just saying that here in China, so there are altogether 12 zodiacs, right? And we say that if it is your zodiac year, you're supposed to wear something red, right? So if it is your zodiac year, then you wear something red, usually as underwear. So you don't usually just wear it from outside. Otherwise, you're just gonna wear red from day one to day 365 of the year, right? So for majority of people, the only way they can wear a red thing every single day is by just wearing it inside, right? For example, for ladies, wearing red bras or red panties, right? For guys, red socks, etc., right? So it was very interesting that sorry to hear your loss. What's loss? Yeah. So that is very interesting to hear that so if you're thinking about there are altogether 12 zodiac, then basically means like around 10% or 9% of the entire Chinese population for every single year is just wearing something red. So maybe when you're walking on the street, you just look at everyone and okay, so maybe this guy is wearing something red inside him. Oh, that lady might be wearing a red bra. Because talking about probability, right? If zodiac is a really good thing, is a really thing, is a thing that Chinese people really pay attention to. So 12 zodiac, 1 over 12, basically like around 8% or 9% of the entire Chinese population might just be wearing something red inside them. Isn't that funny? Yeah. In Mexico, people avoid marrying or moving to a new home. On the 13th day, Friday, is that what you're saying? Sorry about your loss. What happened? What happened to Hoya? Oh, my wife passed on April the 13th, which is was also a Friday. Oh, okay. Sorry for your loss. Yeah. So you're saying like in Mexico, people avoid marrying or moving to a new home on the 13th day of Friday 13th? Okay. So here in China, we also have that thing. Okay. So we also have that thing here in China. So China has one calendar that is called 黄道. Okay, that is called 黄道. Yeah. So that is something I really feel happy that we're such a close community. So whenever we see someone like Hoya share some sad news about himself, like everyone is just basically sending their condolences to him. Me too, right? This is a very close community. Sorry, I forgot this as well. So guys, that's why you need to follow me in here and don't forget to join our follows group in here. This is a family, okay? This is a family. This is a very close community, and I really like it. So, okay, back to this topic. We are talking about here in China. We have this thing called calendar. This thing called 黄道, which is a certain type of calendar. So basically, on every single day, it will tell you what are the things you're supposed to do, you're suitable to do, what are the things you're not suitable to do on this specific day. So throughout the year, usually in every month, there are like at least 2 days that is considered to be a lucky day to get married. So back then, when I was deciding what date for my marriage, I also actually look at this calendar because you do want to pick a 黄道吉日, a lucky day. that's supposed to get married. And was so interesting. Yeah, that was lunar calendar, just like No Talk said. It was so interesting. Like for me, I um I actually got married 3 times, okay, but to the same person. I got married for 3 times to the same person, but you guys must be very curious. Like, why would I be able to get three married for 3 times to the same person without divorce? Okay, without divorce, I basically just got married to the same person for 3 times, right? A lot of people do that as well. The reason why we are able to do that to get married for 3 times without divorce to the same person is that, well, first of all, you will have to get your marriage registered. That is the one day. Okay, so on this day you just go to this bureau, the marriage bureau, whatever bureau, just go there and then just register for marriage. So that is the first marriage, right? And the second thing is that if we are from different places, like my husband, he's from Changchun, which is northeast part of China, and I'm from Shanghai, so we, our family and friends are in different cities. So just like Louis the Cat said, like his home, my home, and I just give you the answer. And also the day of marriage registration, right? So the 3 days. So I got married on the 3 days. So it is very important that you pick 3 lucky days for the 3 days, right? So basically, what I did is that, okay, so we first of all have to decide which month to get married, right? And guys, follow me, please. Don't forget to follow me and don't forget to tap the screen to sending likes. Okay, there are over 120 people online, and please, guys, follow me. Okay, follow me, please. And also, I was basically saying that. So I remember. So first of all, we have to decide which month. So which month to get married really depends on a lot of things. For example, oh, usually around this month. What about this weather? Okay, yeah, would it be a very rainy month? For example, June is definitely considered to be a bad month to get married here in China because, like, throughout the entire June, you basically have every single day here to be raining, right? However, when it comes to, for example, May, that is considered to be a good month. And also in fall, then September, October also considered to be a good month, right? And also you have to see, oh, what about the family and friends? Are they available on this month more than other months, etc.? Then somehow that is the kind of way we pick the month. So after you have picked the month, what about the date? If you want to pick the date, then the next thing you would do is just go to check the calendar, the lunar calendar. In Chinese we call it Huang Dao. Okay, Huang Dao, and then we start to see what is the lucky date, what is the Huang Dao Ji, right? So usually in every month there will be some very important days that is especially good for people to get married, and then we usually just pick that. So like for me, the 3 months I got married, I just picked the Huang Dao Ji. So there's also a superstitious saying that usually on Huang Dao Ji there is a smaller chance of having rain. But unfortunately, even though I picked this Huang Dao Ji, but out of the 3 days, two are actually raining very heavily. There's only one day that is not raining at all. So for my wedding in Shanghai, one of the regret was that it was rainy. So I planned an outdoor wedding. So I spent a lot of money to decorate. There is a big balconies to decorate the entire balcony, and I also designed lots of dancing parties and activities and games on that very big balcony. And also, I also rented a very expensive stereos, the speaker stereos there to play the music so that everyone can enjoy the night. But unfortunately, it was like raining so heavily. So basically, all the money that is spent on those decorations on the stereos did not work at all. That was a big pity. Yeah, that was a very big pity. So still, that night was very was wonderful because we were able to just move everything from outdoor to indoor. So somehow the indoor venue was big enough, so we can still have all those games and all those kind of dancings indoors. But the vibes was also pretty good. Maybe it's because like everyone was inside a relatively smaller room, so the kind of vibe was very close. And how many people? It was a relatively small wedding, only less than 100, well, around 80, 90 people only. That is definitely considered to be a small wedding here in China. If you're talking about big wedding, then it should be like 500, 600 people at least here in China. That is considered to be a a big wedding. So here in China, like my wedding, if you're so we usually say like how many tables, and in each table there are like 10 people. So for my wedding, I only invited around like eight, nine tables of people, which is like 80, 90 people alone. That is considered to be a relatively small wedding. Yeah. My wedding was as steamy as a small kitchen where baozis are made. Oh, okay, interesting. That is really interesting. Yeah, really interesting. Yeah, small for China. Yeah, exactly. Quite small in China. So yeah, I was the but I really like this venue of this wedding. It was very delicate, and also I designed lots of games because I have this kind of personality that is very energetic, very lively, and very outgoing, very extrovert. So I want everyone to come to this wedding and also have a very amazing night. Usually in here in China, when we have this wedding, the kind of routine is always the same. Oh, there's going to be a very big stage, and the couples will walk onto the stage and everyone will just be clapping and just eat, and they were just gonna walk on the stage and do this and do that, and that's all, and that's the end of the day. So a lot of people nowadays get so bored to attend weddings, basically because for every wedding that is just very same, right? So that's why, like, when it comes to my wedding back then here in Shanghai, I decided to do something very unusual. I decided to just make this wedding to be my style of wedding. So I did not design a very big wedding, because when you have a very big wedding, then you must just go according to those like traditional Chinese kind of wedding, where there you have to build a large stage where you just as a couple just have to walk onto the stage, and there's like the first part, which is the two people have to bow to each other, and the second part is thank the parents, and the third part is what, and blah blah, and afterwards you go downstairs and to cheers to every table, something like that. So that was considered, to me, in my opinion, was considered to be quite boring, fortunately. So that's why when it comes to my wedding, I decided I need to do something that is interesting. Okay, I decided to do something interesting. So that's why in my wedding I did not do anything like that. So there is nothing like, oh, thank the parents, oh, this, that kind of thing. Basically, what I did is I remember, first of all, I made a speech, and then my husband made a speech. So the kind of speech we made were pretty fun. And I also invited two friends, two very funny friends, to come over to make a speech as well. And somehow my friends made a very funny speech, and everyone just laughed so much, so hard. It was almost like a talk show. So I made a speech which is like a talk show, and later on my friends, this guest speaker I invited to come over to talk, also made a speech very similar, like a talk show. Like everyone just basically laughed. If you ask me what is the single word I remember of the entire night, is definitely just laughter. There are so many laughters for that single night. Like so many just people laugh a lot. And afterwards, like after finishing the dinner, like we started to do a dance. Okay, that is also not a very normal thing. 主播的母语是英文吗？母语是中文，英文是后天学的。小学3年级开始学的英文哈，绝对不是母语，对。但是好像在这一块还学的不错，所以讲的也还行吧，讲的也还行吧。Yeah，有关注我们 guys follow me please if you haven't done so. Okay, follow me please if you haven't done so. Yeah, yeah. What's going on in the U.S.? Chaos. China is so peaceful. I kind of agree. Yeah, I kind of agree. What happens in California? I saw the news. Yeah, can you guys actually share with me what's going on in California? I heard a lot of things are going on in Los Angeles. Yeah. OK，怎样才能和你说的一样流畅？要多多听、多练、多背单词哈，之后慢慢的就可以了。对，还有就是要有环境哈，有环境，还有和那个，你太厉害了，婚礼上不紧张，还能 make speech，而且是 funny speech，不紧张，完全不紧张。I'm not nervous at all. So there was only one point of time I got really nervous, which was the moment when I need to walk down the corridor to the main stage. So before that, I was really nervous. But the moment when I really got onto the stage, I was not nervous at all. I was very happy because my wedding was not like a big wedding. It was a relatively small wedding. I only invited really close families and friends into my wedding. So basically, everyone coming to my weddings are the people I'm extremely familiar with. So I'm not nervous at all. Once I see all of them. Yeah, I improvised my speech in my wedding. Yeah, me too. My speech was also pretty improvised. Take a guess how it went. Yeah, tell me, Antonio, tell me how it went. how it went. Tell us. We'd love to know that. Yeah. Yeah. So it was so funny that I just like my kind of speech was also in pretty improvised, so there was no like note written, because I noticed a lot of people would actually just reading a note when they were making a speech, right? There was no note at all. It was basically just talking to all the people about like my experience with my husband and what are the funny things that happened, etc., etc., etc. Like really funny. And also when my friends come to the stage, like they also improvise as well, right? But somehow they were so funny as well, so the entire crowd were basically just laughing at their speech as well. And afterwards, after the dinner, so what we did is me and my husband, we did a dance, but the kind of dance we did was also pretty like happy kind of dance, happy kind of dance, very jazz, very kind of Charleston kind of those style of dance. So like everyone was just be very happy about it, right? And afterwards, we also played a very interesting, a lot of interesting games. So one of the very typical games a lot of couples would also play in our wedding is to race shoes. How many of you guys have played it? So to have like two couples to be back to back, and then the host will start to ask questions. For example, ask question like who controls the money of the family, who actually who's responsible for managing the financials of the family. So and each one of them will have to raise a shoe to answer that question. So if they think it's husband, then they raise the husband shoe, and if it's wife, then raise the wife's shoe, something like that. Yeah, something like that. So for example, when we're back to back, the host asks like, oh, okay, who controls the money in this family? Then if I think it's me, then I raise my shoe. If my husband thinks it's him, then he raises his shoe, right? And it's so, do you throw the bouquet? Yes, that's also a funny story. Okay, I tell you later. Okay, I tell you later. Also, so it was funny. Like somehow, like me and my husband, we do not have this 默契. How to say 默契？默契英文怎么讲？默契英文怎么讲？We do not have this 默契，how to say 默契啊？这个默契英文怎么讲？真的有点不知道。How to say 默契啊？Okay, yeah. So me and my husband, we do not have this unspoken agreement at all. So majority of the time when they are asking, so when the host asks us questions, majority of the time we're actually just raising different shoes. Like for example, I raised my shoe, my husband raised his shoes. It was always like that. So every time we gave different answers, everyone just laughed so hard. It was so funny. And also like talking about the bouquet. So Desma, since well, to be honest, I'm married at a relatively late age, and majority of my friends were already married. So I fear that if I have this part of throwing bouquet, then majority of people would there would not be enough people to be there to somehow stand behind me to wait to get the bouquet. So that's why what I did instead is that I actually give my bouquet to one of my friends, one of my best girlfriend, and I wanted her to get married next to me, so that is why I just passed my bouquet to her. Okay, but I really enjoy this part of throwing bouquet. So instead of throwing a bouquet, I actually throwed 生菜. How to say 生菜英文? I actually throwed vegetables. 生菜 is what? I actually throw lettuce. Okay, I actually throw lettuce instead of my bouquet. And the reason why I throw lettuce is because 生菜 in Chinese has similar pronunciation as 生财, which means generate wealth. Okay, so everyone loves money, right? So that is why that I say, okay, since I know all of majority of you guys are already married, so I'm not gonna throw my bouquet to all of you, but instead I will throw 生菜 some choy, a lettuce a lettuce to all of you. So whoever just got a lettuce would mean this person is going to be rich, something like that. So everyone in the wedding will then just stand behind me. There's a huge, huge crowd. And then I start to throw it, and then they just get it, just fight for it. Yeah, no matter they're married or not. 升官发财，对生菜。所以我当时婚礼上面的时候，我就扔了一个生菜，我没有扔我的手捧花，我的手捧花送人了，但是我扔了一个生菜。 So you guys can see like how creative my wedding is, right? It is pretty creative. There are lots of parts of it that is like very well designed so that all the guests coming to this wedding will have a very unique experience, the kind of experience they do not have. We also have a lucky draw part of my a lucky draw part of my wedding, and that is very funny as well. So instead of like usual, like you would just have a number like for so lucky draw is not anything not special. Like it is pretty ordinary in a lot of weddings here in China. You will notice lots of new couples would also have a lucky draw as well, right? And so usually how people do lucky draw is actually they would have a numbers on their table, so that and later on like when it comes to a lucky draw number part, then the couple will start will then just what is there's a lucky draw box, right? And the couple will just try to pick a number out of the lucky draw box. For example, the somehow this the couple just picked a number 36 7, let's say, okay, 36. Then whoever on the table also has a ticket that writes 36 then got the lucky draw, something like that. So here, like what I did a very very different kinds of lucky draw, which I want to show you guys. Okay, I never thought we would talk about this. This is so fun because I still have a lot of lucky draws in my home today. I'm gonna show you. Okay, wait me a second, do not leave. Okay, do not leave, because I'm gonna show you this very creative lucky draw I had back then in my wedding. I'm gonna show you guys, okay? Do not leave, okay? I'm just gonna go get my lucky draw tickets. I designed myself, okay? Wait a second, do not leave. For those of you who haven't followed me, don't forget to follow me. Okay, are people still in here? Are people still in here? Yeah, let's see what the comments in here. I'm about to show you. I'm about to show you patiently waiting. Okay. Waiting with great anticipation. Freezing, don't move. Freezing, don't move. First to blink does the dishes. You guys are really having fun here. Freezing, don't move. First to blink does the dishes. Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay. So I'm gonna show you guys this lucky draw I did back then in my wedding. Okay. So I specifically have it printed and I actually just done everything. So this is the lucky draw I did. Okay. This is a lucky draw I did. I designed it myself. So basically, it is if you guys cannot say that, who it says like who has the groom scratch to reveal. So there is a man with a suit, and then that says like fine Qiao Yu, which is my husband's name. And then so this is the kind of lucky draw. And then okay, let's see. I do not know what's the guy behind that. Yeah, I do not know. So I actually designed a lot of different people in it. And let's see. What's this guy? Oh, okay. Yeah, and you have to scratch it in order to reveal who this guy is. Okay, so can you guys see it? So that is definitely not my husband. Okay, that is definitely not my husband. That is a very famous celebrity here in China called Xiao Shenyang, and he's a very famous comedian. Okay, very famous comedian. So basically, I had different kind of people in it. So some funny guys in here. I also have Trump. Okay, I also have a Trump. So some people, when they scratch reveal, they will see a Trump. Some people would see when they scratch it, they would see this Xiao Shenyang, and some people would see. I also remember I put Leonardo DiCaprio, but not now. Okay, when he's in Titanic, the Titanic version of Leonardo DiCaprio in it, and also who else? or and Daniel Wu, Wu Yanzu, 然后彭于晏, so these very handsome guys, and also all those like, and also Jack Ma as well, Jack Ma as well, and it, so you have to really scratch and reveal and see who's behind that. So if there's, so there's only like two people, when they scratch and reveal, they will see my husband face, will see my husband face. So that means they have found the groom, and so that's how they're success, they will be successfully get the lucky draw. So this is my lucky draw session on my wedding. This is very fun, right? This is very creative, very fun, right? Do you guys agree? Do you guys agree? Yeah, so that's like what I designed on my wedding. Okay, instead of just like those normal kind of lucky draw, like everyone just do that. So basically, we, first of all, what we did is, first of all, we asked a printer shop to I want to sneeze. Are you sure that's not Mr. Important? Oh yeah, you're so funny. For sure that is not. Like, Mr. Important has a way bigger eyes than him. Like, this guy is famous for having extremely small eyes. Like, Mr. Important's eyes are so big, like way bigger than mine, you know. This is not him, okay? What was the lucky draw price? The price was basically nothing special. I just gave like a gift box with a lot of things. So the gift itself is nothing really creative, because to be honest, like, if you give them something that is too funny, like, then it would not be so useful, right? So we actually just prepared a gift box, sort of just like a very beautifully packed, but it's something with something that is people actually find it useful, something like that. Yeah. Now, if I ever marry, I'm borrowing this idea. Yeah, please do. Please feel free to borrow all the idea, Desma. Yeah. So this is like really. So we have a printer shop to print this little card. So like I picked whoever behind that and asked the printer shop just Photoshop this person's face on that. So, and also on Taobao and our e-commerce platform, I also ordered this kind of thing. What is called, I don't know. So this is a sticker. So it's the sticker. So I just put sticker. So me and my husband, we put sticker ourselves onto every head, so that people can scratch it. It's very funny. Yeah, everyone really enjoyed that, right? So that's the lucky draw part. Yeah, and there are a lot. So, so many of them. I do not know who's behind that. So we prepared so many of them. And these are like really good memories. I still do not know what's behind that. These. So we actually just prepare the lucky draw and we mix all of them. And we do not know, because here in China, a lot of people, when they design lucky draw party and a wedding, they actually cheat. So for example, the purposefully place a specific number on someone's table, and then inside that lucky draw box there's basically just one number. So that is why, like, whenever they just take out this number, oh, this for sure is someone will get this lucky draw. But like for me, in my wedding, it was literally no cheating at all. It was randomly spread on people's table. I do not know who will be able to scratch and reveal my husband's face. So it was so funny. You should save them for an anniversary party and do lucky game again. Yeah, that's a good idea, Desma. That is a really good idea. That is a good idea. So basically, that's what we did. It was so funny back then. We did all that. Yeah, it was also pretty funny. And also like talking about the candies. So here in China, there's also our tradition that you're supposed to give everyone some candies. So the candy must be also put inside a very beautiful box and really well wrapped to be given to everyone, because that is said that also considered to be a very lucky thing. We call it the wedding candies, or 喜糖. Also a very interesting thing here in China. Like for my wedding, we have ordered so many different kind of candies every single day. We're just tasting different candies because we want to make sure that those candies are tasty, like people would actually just eat it. Because I go to a lot of weddings, I notice there's just some chocolates or some like candies, and a lot of people do not eat it. But like for my wedding, I actually prepare the candies, like I make sure everything inside the candy box is really tasty candies, rather than just just some like dark chocolates, and not like a lot of people would, not like everyone would like it. So I really paid a lot of attention to the details of my wedding. So that is why I say that one thing I feel it's very pitiful is that it's about the weather, but there's nothing. I can control. Yes, so much stress in planning. You're so right about that. I never realized that planning wedding can be so stressful. But back then, when I was planning my wedding, I was so stressful, especially when it comes closer to this wedding. It was so stressful, and I basically just couldn't control my temper. And my husband's like, "You need to relax. You need to relax." I was like, what, relax, you know, basically cannot control my temper at all because I was so stressful. And we also have a very special like wedding what would they call it, wedding butler. So that is the that person supposed to help you go through the entire day, help you with everything. So that wedding butler is so good. I'm so glad to have this wedding butler to be there to help me with so many things. Otherwise, like, it will be a nightmare. Yeah, so this wedding butler is there to, you know, really calm me down and say that don't worry about that, you know, that day is just going to be a perfect day, do not worry about it. But somehow it was like so stressful. And also, one unlucky thing that happened is literally just 1 week before the wedding, I actually fell and I twisted my ankle and broke my hand bone. So that was so lucky. So it was actually going out of underground station. I didn't realize there was a stairs out there, so I actually fell and twist my ankle. So that is why that in my wedding I was not able to wear the high heel shoes I was supposed to wear. So there's still some regrets. And like my husband said, like, okay, maybe you shouldn't just dance because you twist your ankle and also your hand bone was broken. So you shouldn't just dance. But I was saying that no, it's my wedding, I want to dance no matter how severe my ankle was. I will dance in my wedding because this is something for sure I will do. Okay, so even though I was having the twisted ankle, it was quite painful. I basically just wear sports shoes and dance in my wedding. So that was also some part of imperfection in my wedding. And it was so funny that the ankle was actually pretty painful before the wedding, but the moment when the wedding song, when the music da 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 da, da start to play, I could not feel anything about my feet, my ankle at all. That is how amazing with human beings' body. I could not feel a thing about my ankle. I could not feel a thing about my bone, my hand at all. And it was like right after everything is finished, then I started to feel the pain. And the very second day I just went to the hospital. And went to the hospital. That was basically the doctor did, it was a bit doctor put on all those kind of what's it called again, this thing to help fix your hand and help you to fix your ankle. So you're supposed to stay still for 1 month at least, something like that. Yeah. What was the first song? A brace? A cast. Yeah, a cast. Yeah, put a cast on my hand and also on my feet. Yeah, broken. Well, not broken wrist. I broke this bone in here. In here. I broke this bone in here. Yeah. It was a very weird place to broke my bone, but somehow I broke it. Yeah. So like that. And also my ankle. Yeah. So I twist my ankle was not broken. So it was twisted, but the hand bone here it actually broke. So I put on a cast and cast on my ankle as well. So it was yeah, pretty funny wedding. A lot of things worth remembering. Yeah, a lot of things worth remembering. Yeah. So many carefully designed parts in this wedding. So like everyone who after attending this wedding feel just one thing, which is happiness. They feel like, oh yeah, this is never the kind of wedding that I have attended before. Happy memories, exactly. Yeah. So and also like you guys can tell like I have this kind of personality who's like really outgoing. So they say that people are like each other are usually how to say 物以类聚，人以群分嘛. In Chinese, that basically means you're more likely to be friends with people who are just like you, right? Something like that. 物以类聚，人以群分. So, like for me, a lot of my friends are also just like my personality, right? They are also very funny, very outgoing, extrovert kind of personality. So I remember there's one table in my wedding, basically with all the friends who are just like my personality, and they were just basically just laughing and screaming and you know doing everything. And so it was so funny. There was also one part of my game which was asking like some people in here who are playing the game to do one thing, whatever the host says, you have to just find this thing. in the wedding venue. For example, the host say that I need two belts. Then the friends will just go down and ask all the people like, hey, can you actually just pull out your belt for me? Something like that. And the last kind of thing the host asks is like, I need one shirt. It was in October. It was not that cold, so everyone basically when they're wearing shirt, they're basically just wearing shirt and wearing nothing inside. So it was so funny that actually one of my friends just take off his shirt and wearing nothing, okay, naked inside, and he's just being naked and just give the shirt to the people who are playing the game. Oh, that was so funny. Yeah. And that is actually not the most funny, that is not the funniest part. The funniest part is actually later after the wedding we also did one thing which is called 闹洞房. That is also a very Chinese thing. That is also a very Chinese thing. So 闹洞房 is a Chinese tradition where like when you finish all the kind of thing you're supposed to do on the ceremony, then you would just go back to the bedroom, right? So, and then what you would do is a lot of friends would then gather in the bedroom, just play some tricks on the two couples to make the two couples to be closer to each other. So, for example, one of very typical kind of games is they're just going to hand an apple between the two couples, and the two couples will have their eyes folded, so they'll have to bite the apple together. So first it's an apple and then becomes something smaller, smaller, smaller until it becomes a cherry. And two people will have to just blindly bite to make sure they bite the cherry. If they do not bite it, they probably just kiss each other, right? You guys can you guys imagine? So for example, that is the two head of the couple and there is an apple in between. So they have to their eyes are folded, so they have to bite it. If they do not bite it, then they start to kiss each other, right? Yeah. So that's also very typical kind of tricks that you would play in your 闹洞房, your 闹洞房, which is like the tricks you play for a newly wedded couple's bedroom, right? Right after the wedding ceremony. So we also did that. Okay, but the kind of games we played were more intense. We were more intense. My eyes were also folded, but they say that okay, my friend designed this kind of trick. They say, okay, so first of all, we're gonna have your like, which is me, okay, your eyes folded, and you can decide to touch. So they're gonna be like a few men. Okay, one of them is my husband. The rest of them are just basically my friends, right? So all men, okay, I can touch one part of their entire body and choose whatever part of the body I want to, and they cannot say no. And I can only touch this one part of their body and tell which one is my husband. Someone has to get naked, really? Because we're playing games. Okay. So I was talking about another game, which is the kind of game we play in the bedroom. Yeah. So I can choose to. So my eyes are folded. I can choose to just touch whatever part inside one part of their body, whatever part I choose to touch, and then tell which one is my husband. So still, I give some respect to all the men, right? So I did not touch the most important, the most sensitive part. I touched the chest. Okay, I touched the chest. I said I want to touch the chest. Okay, it was so funny. So okay, so I was sent to another room. So back then, in my our wedding bedroom, there was a suite. Okay, inside the hotel. So I was brought to the bedroom where my eyes were folded, and the guys out there they were basically just standing in a line. And I went out like I could not see a thing. I started to touch their chest one by one. It was so funny. It was so funny. You know, because my husband, because the reason why I touch the chest, because my husband actually work out a lot, so he has a very muscular kind of chest. Okay, and I like to touch it a lot. Yeah, it's more exciting than a single party. Exactly, no talk. Exactly, it was so funny. So I touched the chest. Okay, so I can tell, right? It was so funny. So the first guy I touched, I was like, oh, not this one. It feels too soft. And then the very next one, when I touched, I was like, oh, there's nothing. Okay, too flat. No, not this one. And the third one I touched, like later on touched. And also there was also a guy was so funny that his nipple is extra big. So I was like, wait, why is the nipple so big? Something like that. It was so funny. How many altogether? There are five, six, around six guys. One of them is my husband. And then also there's another guy who also worked out. And then so when I touched, I said, oh, this sounds like a little bit like my husband, but let's see. So I just keep on touching. And then they also do one thing. They were so evil. They did one thing, which even though I have touched everyone, so they just basically switch their sequence and they ask the people I have already touched to stand afterwards so that I retouch this person again. To try to just, confuse me. And I was definitely able to tell who's my husband eventually. Even there, you have such analytical approach. Oh, really? I didn't realize that, Sashi Shashi. It was so funny. So also they did that to my husband as well, right? So as my husband eyes folded, but he could not touch whatever part he wants to touch, right? Definitely cannot touch the boobs of all the girls, right? So basically we said like you can only touch the hand. So have all the girls in here so that he needs to touch, my husband needs to touch their hand to feel the hand to tell which one is me. And so my friend did one thing is that they asked all the girls to be there to let him to touch, but there is no me. So he was like so confused. He touched every single girl's hand. It's like, wait, how come I didn't find anyone that is like my hand? So because some girls have like shorter hands, or because my hand is like pretty long fingers, right? Long fingers, but also I have no nails at all. And somehow like he touched everyone's hand as like no hand has like very long fingers, but also no nails. Like either like fat hand or short fingers or like long fingers but long nails. Like he touched everyone. I was like, wait, not this one, that one. So he repeatedly touched everyone's hand. It was so funny. And there's no one that was my hand. And eventually, like after tortured him enough, like we gave him my hand. He's like, oh, this one. Got it correct. It was so funny. Yeah, it was a really, really happy wedding. It was a lot of very sweet, very, very, very extremely funny memories. Yeah, I'm glad he got it right. Yeah, he got it right, and I got it right too. So man, we also play some other very interesting kind of games as well. Yeah. Do you have any plans for tonight? It's Friday. Oh yeah, talking about Friday night tonight. I will have another round of live stream tonight. So tonight, so for any one of you guys, if you are in here, so if you haven't followed me, don't forget to follow me. So there is not gonna be no live stream on Saturday tomorrow morning because I moved that tomorrow's morning's live stream to this evening. I will have a live stream at 9 p.m. to 10 p.m. this evening, which is 12 hours later, tonight, because this is the very first time I will have a live stream together with someone else. So there is also another English live streamer who's a British called Ryan. He's currently living in China and he does a lot of English live streaming here as well. So he has a lot of viewers in his live stream because somehow, a British face doing live streaming in English, a lot of Chinese people love to watch his live stream. So he invited me to do a joint live stream together with him. So that is why this evening at 9 p.m. I will also do this live stream again and together with him. His name is called Ryan, Ryan. I think that is also his Red Note account. I'm not so sure what's the exact account of his name, but just you guys, yeah, you guys could just join me here if you have time this evening at 9 p.m. in China time, 9 p.m. China time. We have time, which is 12 hours later. Yeah, 9 p.m. Shanghai time, yes, China time. If 12 hours later, if you guys have time, you could just come in to watch it. It's going to be a joint live stream, so two of us will be talking. So you will be able to see on the screen there are two videos, okay, two people on the screen. So we will first start our live stream separately, and he will then just ask to connect with me, and then we will connect. Oh, fun! I can watch while I make my kimchi. It will be morning for me. Yeah, sure. Leave the cat while you're making kimchi and then come and watch it. Yeah, so there will be two of us on the screen at 9 p.m. to 10 p.m. So his usual time is around like 9:30 to 11, but that is too late for me. I usually sleep before 11 p.m. So that is why I say like, okay, if you want to do it from 9:30 to 11, that's too late. Yeah, so yeah, but I only like you. No talk. So come in support. It will be pretty face losing if I have less people in my live stream than his, even though we're all doing the same thing. Yeah. So come and support me, my friend. We'll be 6:30 evening here. Perfecto. Yeah, yeah. So come, okay, guys, come. Okay, so tonight at 9 p.m., which is literally 12 hours later. Okay, 12 hours later. And then now we'll have a live stream today. This is gonna be a joint live stream, me and Ryan. OK，今天晚上9点哈，中国宝宝们，今天晚上9点，12个小时以后，我会再来开今天的第二场直播。 今天的直播的话，我会跟一个老外连线哈，有一个英国人会跟他连线，然后开始去聊。I wanna come because Friday was nothing to do for me. Yeah, and also thanks 鸟鸟，这桃子哦，鸟鸟叫信徒问我的，刚才是桃子问的是吗？是桃子问还是鸟鸟叫信徒问我说今天晚上有什么特殊的安排吗？I want to thank. I forgot which one of you asked this, but thank you so much for asking. Because if you did not ask that, I almost forgot to share it with all the friends in here. I forgot to share that actually. 桃子对不对？谢谢你啊，Thank you 桃子 for asking me this. If you didn't ask me this question, I almost forgot to share with everyone else that today we're gonna have a second live stream at 9 p.m. this evening with Ryan. So we're gonna have a joint live stream this evening. So this is my very first time to try this format of live stream to live stream together with someone. And this is gonna be more like a conversation, like a chit chat kind of live stream. So if it goes on well, if it's great, I can actually do it together with someone else, like Ashu, like other friends right here who are also English live streamer, and do that. Well, try will be 9 a.m. for me, my dim sum time. Yeah. Just use scratch tape and support Nytrix. Oh, yeah. Thank you. Yeah, guys, for those of you who haven't followed me, don't forget to follow me, okay? Have you followed me? Have you followed me? There are over 120 people online. You guys need to follow me, okay? If you guys haven't followed me and tap the screen to sending likes and make sure you drop by at 9 p.m. tonight, okay? Make sure you drop by at 9 p.m. tonight. I will pretend I don't know you as a new fan tonight. Good idea. Good idea. Just say that. Ooh, this is such interesting host. And there are 100 more followers for 55,000. Yeah, exactly. I guess like maybe after this live stream this evening, I will be able to reach 55,000 followers. Halfway there to 60,000 followers. Yeah, 60,000 followers is really fast, right, guys? Do you guys still remember the day like we celebrated 50,000 followers? And now we are having 55,000 followers, and very soon it's going to be 60,000 followers. Yeah, I think the club number will give you away. Yeah, no worry at all. Yeah, so because like usually when you're at your fixed time of doing live stream, there are your fixed audience, right? So if I switch to a new time, which is tonight at 9 p.m., maybe potentially there will be less people come in because they're not familiar with me, they do not know me. So there will definitely be more new people to the live stream than old people. So potentially if I start the live stream at 9 p.m. tonight, there will be less people coming to my live stream compared to usually in the morning time. So that's why I do need your people's support. If possible, if you guys have time, come support me at 9 p.m. tonight, okay? And we're gonna have this very interesting, very fun first time trial of a joint live stream. Okay, very joint live stream. I do not know like what kind of topics we would discuss. So Ryan said that we can potentially talk about me, who am I, what are the business adventures I do, what kind of live stream I'm doing right now. So we just start from there. We're just gonna have a random talk. So usually when I talk with someone, especially with someone that I'm familiar with, the conversation will become even funnier. So Ryan, I haven't met him in person. I do not know what kind of person he is. It's just the very first time that we have this joint live stream. So let's see if he really has a good personality. I'm pretty sure this live stream is going to be very interesting, very funny. And I really like to make jokes and really like to just play some tricks on people. So hopefully with someone else in here, it become a live comedy. Yes, exactly. There is a potential that can become a live comedy. So let's wait and see if there is a potential to become a live comedy. So I probably would also just tell Ryan. So say for example, if I really make some jokes, please don't be mad at me, because that is also one way how we're able to just make things to be funny. Yeah. He's English. He's English. He's not Chinese. He's English. He's English. Yeah. So the kind of post he made, I remember, is usually teaching Chinese people how to speak English, like how to say this word in English, how to say that word in English. So when he does live stream, he actually speaks more slowly than I do. So a lot of the Chinese audience really like to watch his live stream is because he speaks very slowly, and also for sure he speaks very accurate British accent English. So that is considered to be a very good live stream room for a lot of Chinese people to learn English. So that is something I need to learn from him, right? Especially, for example, for today when we were discussing about this topic about wedding, etc. I got overly excited, then I would start to talk quite fast. Have you guys have you have you guys noticed that I actually talk quite fast today? Have you guys noticed I actually talk quite fast today? Okay, for those of you who haven't followed me, don't forget to follow me, okay? I talk quite fast today. Yeah, compared to the normal kind of speed that I talked before, today is quite fast because when I started to talk something that I feel very excited about, I just started to talk very fast. So this is something I need to learn from Ryan because I remember watching one of his live stream. He was basically talking about his childhood, one of his childhood experience where he was in a blizzard or something like that, and he talked really slowly. You could hear it very clearly. Yeah, so and hopefully like when we have this live stream this evening, if I start to talk very fast, he would not just be impacted by me and start to talk very fast as well, and both of us are just talking very fast at each other. Hopefully no. Okay, I need to slow down. So again, guys, tonight at 9 p.m, everyone, I hope you guys could join this live stream to watch me do the second part of my live stream. Okay, 9 p.m China time, which is literally 12 hours later. Okay, because right now is 9 a.m, so whatever time is it in your time zone now, so 12 hours later, 12 hours later, now it's literally the countdown. Okay, 12 hours later, this is going to be our second live stream today. In the second live stream today, we're going to try a very new format of live streaming, which is a joint live stream. So it is not only me, it is also going to be someone else, completely a complete foreigner out there to have this live stream together with me. Okay, to have a complete live streamer together with me, a complete foreigner, so not like me who's like a Chinese but able to speak very good English. He's 100% British, 100% English. A foreigner is going to have a joint live stream together with me. So if you are able to join this live stream at 9 p.m tonight and watch me from there, you'll be able to see on your screen two faces during the live stream. So you could either enter from my live stream or enter from his live stream and watch both of us, okay, to talk. Yeah. So yeah, I share Ryan ID in the group. Yeah, sure. You guys can also share his ID in the group. Yeah. But please make sure to enter this live stream from my live stream, okay, not his. Yeah, I do need more people to my live stream, okay? Yeah. Will I ask him to say a bottle of water? Yeah, sure. That's a good idea, Desma. Yeah, I will ask him to say a bottle of water. Any other ideas? Any other ideas? Any other ideas? Any other ideas? Yeah, guys, if you have any other ideas, just tell me, okay? For sure, I will definitely remember that, Desma. I will make sure that I ask him, hey, can you just say a bottle of water, a bottle of water? Yeah, sure. I will make sure to do that. Okay. Yeah, guys, 9 p.m. Okay. Yeah. So since I have two live stream today, so I don't worry, we won't just join. We will come with a script. Yeah, sure. Good job, Sharshi. Yeah, please have more interaction. Okay. Yeah. So and so since we're have another round of live stream this evening, so this morning we're just gonna close it early. Okay. So I will not use up too much of my energy. I could save up some energy for this evening. Okay. I will for sure save some energy for this evening. Okay. So guys, make sure you come back in the evening. And that's all for today, this morning. And I look forward to seeing you guys again 12 hours later. Okay. I look forward to seeing you guys again 12 hours later. Make sure you join back in here 12 hours later at 9 p.m. I'm going to have this very new format of live streaming together with Ryan. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. Have a lovely Friday the 13th, and have a lovely Friday the 13th to all of you guys, even though it's considered to be a bad luck day. I sincerely hope every one of you guys have an extremely, extremely lucky day. Okay. Yeah. Oh yeah, someone text what she just said, please. Okay, I'm just saying, okay, I'm gonna repeat it for you. Oh yeah. So tonight, after 12 hours later, I will have my second round of live stream today. Okay, and that second round of live stream is not just be me, it will be me together with another live streamer called Ryan, who's a British complete foreigner. and the two of us will have our live stream together. And this is my very first time to have a joint live stream together. So make sure you come by 12 hours later at 9 p.m. or whatever time zone in your, which is 12 hours later, to the live stream and be here. I'll look forward to seeing you guys very soon. Okay, thank you so much. Bye bye, my friends. Bye bye.